So when we go to, they had a big service at the Naval Academy because he's a hero at the Naval Academy. And I met his dad, and, you know, his dad recognized me. And, you know, I told his dad, because he had told me, because I said to him one day, I told his dad, I said, you know, I said to your son one day, I said, hey, you grew up in Japan. Like, you're going to a Japanese high school. How did you learn to play football? And he said, my old man taught me. And as that happened, you know, I was very, you know, obviously we're all broken up from this, but I wasn't behaving properly. And my running mate from the SEAL teams, who I went through BUDS with, I went through SCT with, I did 3 platoons with this guy, I was in training cell, and this guy was my roommate the whole time, just like my running mate. And he pulled me aside and he was like, hey, you're not the only one that lost Grizz. And I thought to myself, he's 100% right. And what it made me aware of is that the way you perceive yourself is not going to be accurate all the time. And you have to be very cautious in the way you behave, because you think you're behaving a certain way, but the other people's perception is going to be different. And there's a really good chance that their perception is more accurate than your own. And that struck me. And this guy was my best friend, and he's telling me like, hey bro, you're not the only one that lost Grizz. And I'm acting like I was the only one that lost Grizz. So it made me aware of that again, just the way you perceive yourself is not the way other people are going to perceive you. So we go through that.
Hold on. How do you today, I mean, that's a big fucking lesson. I would take that as a big lesson.
It was a huge
lesson. You did as well.
It was a huge lesson.
So how did you, moving forward from that, how do you find out how people are perceiving what you're projecting?
I think it's, generally speaking, they're going to perceive you. My assumption is that what I'm doing is viewed as negative. My assumption is that if I'm doing something, the assumption is it's viewed as negative. And so if you assume that what you're doing is being perceived as negative, it keeps me in check from behaving in a way that is going to be perceived as negative. I mean, to the best of your ability. I'm not saying, you know, of course, just like every other human, we're all going to slip up, but recognizing that, like, man, and I'm so thankful that I had a good enough relationship with this guy to tell me that, because otherwise you never would have see this disconnect between how you're perceived and what you think you're being perceived as. And it was something, it wasn't like I thought to myself, oh, here's how people are seeing me. I was just acting the way I was acting, but it was being perceived in a way that I didn't mean at all. It didn't have any intention, but I could see as soon as he said it, I go, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You need to look at yourself. You need to detach from, you know, the sadness and go, oh yeah,